how can you not have compassion on the Ukrainian citizens? I never thought I'd see tanks go across the border again with all of the diplomatic and how small the world is with all the, we can call and FaceTime and Zoom to everywhere in the world, but to have tanks running across the border, firing at citizens, I can't help but have compassion, and I'm frustrated and condemn what the Soviet Union, what Russia's doing. To handle it in this way, there's so many other diplomatic ways they could do it. There's so many ways we could talk and have conversations. If there's problems between those two countries, to use military force, I condemn strongly and feel for the citizens that are in Ukraine. I'm worried. We honored today, and Senator Milner did a stunning job of honoring the military families at Hill Air Force Base. I believe that military superiority, F-35 stealth technology, all the superiority we have protects this great country we have, protects our freedoms. And I'm really disappointed that a superpower like the Soviet Union would stretch out and use those superpowers on a small country like Ukraine. And I'm pretty passionate about it, and sorry to be so passionate, but I feel that way, and I want to, yeah. Anybody else?
No, I echo those thoughts.
I don't think you should apologize for being passionate.
And let me say something else. I'm worried about Europe, and Germany just shut down the pipeline that's being and Germany has very limited energy resources. They've tried nuclear. It didn't work out with them with Chernobyl and other things. They've tried renewables, and it's really hard to. Sometimes the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine. They're dependent on the Soviet Union for their natural gas. We need to fix that. We have ample natural gas in Utah. We have ample natural gas in the United States. We can ship that. We just need a port in California to get it out of, to ship it to Germany. We need to take care of our allies. Energy is what drives our economy, and we need to be able to share that energy with the Europe and the other countries that need it. They shouldn't be reliant upon Russia to be able to have the things they need to sustain life. And I think hopefully we have a president that will do that. Hopefully we have a national call to be able to not only be compassionate for those countries, but we need to do something economically to help them. And sometimes our energy policy doesn't allow that to happen. I hope this makes us relook at that policy. We tried for many years to help our European neighbors with natural gas and other things. And sometimes our energy policy has not allowed that to happen. And I think we need to relook at it. So anyway.
Can I bring this home just for 1 second? I was a mayor up in Layton for a long while. And if you want a touching experience in 2 ways, stand on that runway and watch people deploy to go overseas to protect us. And then take the opportunity to watch them come home. But I really believe that that's some of the most touching events that I've ever had in my life, is to be able to participate in that. So anyway, what's going on is very personal to me.
And it's wrong. So anyway.
And I mean, I'm just gonna say, sometimes we don't play the balancing game the right way. And I know people get tired of me saying that, but it's really, we know energy independence is important. Some of us live through that. And while at the same time, we need to make sure we're moving to more sustainable resources, we have to do that in the right and the thoughtful way that allows us to make sure we have energy dependence. And it's not just us. We know our allies need that kind of energy dependence. And sometimes we aren't willing to say, let's look at all of what we need to accomplish and then find a way forward that balances it all. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be a big role in what happens here. And we've learned that lesson before. This is not the first time it's happened.
Sarah, I know you want to say something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can
just
feel it. So go ahead.
just I'm gonna remove my mask. I think it's it's tragic to think about innocent civilians, especially children and women. You see the pictures of their homes being destroyed and then running to safety. Energy is we need to have that as a conversation, as a tool to bring a solution to this problem. My biggest concern is I don't believe Putin will stop with Ukraine. And now that he is so empowered through this process, we need to make sure, we protect obviously innocent lives, but more importantly is what's the future for the entire world depends on how we react, I think as a nation and with our allies. So we had visitors, Senator Mitt Romney and Senator Mike Lee were here on Tuesday, and both of them, I think, had conversations about this issue, and we were hoping that it didn't escalate to this point, and within 48 hours here we are. So obviously as state legislators is limited what we can do, but moving our nation to those conversations of energy and being open to be part of the global market and understanding that Europe codependency with Russia is creating a bigger issue that I think now more than ever we need to be part of that solution. So just prayers for those families and those little kids that their entire lives just changed completely over some irresponsible and horrendous and almost genocide approaches to the lack of diplomacy. So it's pretty tragic. So thanks, person.
Yeah, thank you for asking the question.